inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Arizona Cardinals and the Minnesota Vikings. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Get ready. Get ready. Okay, 54. Mike 54. Let's go.
On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That goes for 14 yards, first down Cardinals.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. He completes it to Tate. A gain of 6 there on first.
That's how we keep playing hard.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 45-yard line.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Miller. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A gain of 10, first down Arizona.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll look to throw. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Steps away to his left. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down. Well, Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Blowing that play up was Henry Anderson.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Time will tell if that's an interception that rattles the rookie here. First drive on the road.
And you know the discussion going into the game centered on, okay, let's get out nice and easy, take care of the football, we're on the road. You're a youngster, let's not make mistakes early. But now the conversation will shift to, okay, put it behind you, move on. Long way to go in this one.
Devin McCourty on the tackle. A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 17-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
4 down, 4 down.
To throw, Brissett. This one complete to Jordan Reed.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Let's go. 59. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. 59 mark, 59 mark. Check, 59. Let's go.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. A very solid gain of 27. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. On the ground, this is Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a first down or more. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. They'll run it with Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Throwing, Brissett. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Timmy Jernigan gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. The kick by Tavecchio is good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, We only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
Well, you know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset. Draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Gets it to Gabriel on the jet sweep. Patrick Onwuasor up to make the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
2nd and 9 now. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. He sets to fire deep and unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. First down, Brissett. It's complete. Stills. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They go play action with Brissett. This will be caught by Brown. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
17 more yards. That's good for a Viking.
Brissett going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. From the red zone now, Brissett. He finds his target, John Brown. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On second down, Johnson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call.
Johnson, it's poke free. Football's out. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. Here we go on second and 12. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. The Cardinals on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Watch the slap. Watch the slap. Check 3. Check 3. Check 3.
They'll set up to throw. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. From the 30 on second down, Brissett. And Stills bringing it in. That one covers 29 yards, first down. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 31 yards there and a first down.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run on first down. Small, and he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. It'll be a gain of 2, and speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
A 23-yard attempt.
Vecchio puts this one through, and they're able to double their lead just before half. It's 6-0. So another good job defensively because they've allowed 3 trips into the red zone, but only the 2 field goals.
Yeah, that's the bend but don't break, isn't it? And they really didn't get broken at all because if you're running off the field having allowed 2 field goals and 3 trips in the red zone, you've actually come out ahead.
Yeah, flip it over to the other side. The offense, they'll hope to cash in for 6 next trip. After the field goal, here's Vecchio to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is...
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. 2nd and 15. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. This is Miller. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for Arizona. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Called out a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Around the NFL, a game going on in Washington. And the Redskins there out to an early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. On 1st and 10, Brissett. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But a Viking was able to corral this one, and Minnesota will keep possession. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 33 and a first. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Here's Brissett. Blitz coming and down he goes.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Lawrence Guy in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Hey, Mike 52. 52. Right here, right here. Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
From the gun, here's Brissett. Lets it fly for Thielen. That's caught inside the 20. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 44 yards.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And the lead now stands at 13. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And their halftime hold now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, right at the 40. A shotgun handoff now to Miller. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Complete to Bobby Anderson. A gain of 26 yards. And a Cardinal first down.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Back to throw here. And he finds his tight end, Graham. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost, and now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Golden Tate, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point put through by Succop, and it's now 13-7. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Brissett. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 12 yards there, first down, Vikings. Brissett going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's hit on his first 9 passes now in the ball game.
Check 26, check 26, 81. Shit!
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a trunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Let's go now. 59. 59. I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo! Where'd he go?
Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. With that run, double check my math, yes, he has hit 8,000 career rushing yards.
And that's fantastic. That means he's now approaching the top 50 all-time rushers in NFL history. That means he just sped past Terrell Davis, who's in the Hall of Fame. And now he's just got to go ahead and be strong and run hard because he's chasing down.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Justin Houston able to record his 5th sack of the season. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. To throw is Brissett. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Ready, go. 52. 3 buds.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4.
Check it back. Watch the ship. Okay. Yeah. Watch the
Again, it's Johnson. Flash those fast feet, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line as he can't get any closer to the end zone. The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. They'll try the left side. Small. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. The Vikings leave the offense on the field as they're going to line up and go for 2. Brissett. The quick slant caught. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Cardinals take over first and 10.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. He'll drop to throw. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2nd and 2. The connection made. It's Graham. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run with Miller. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That goes for 14 yards, first down Cardinals. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
They're going to look to throw, and Anderson's got it. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. The end result, 21 yards. They come out here in the I. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to punch it in with Miller. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today.
And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Out of the gun, Brissett. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Timmy Jernigan able to record his 5th sack of the season.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
52, Mike, 52.
Now Brissett. Completes it to Watt. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 33.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 down at the 33. Now a throw out to his fullback is complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Here we go. Here we go. 18 Gator. I'm scared.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. He juked him. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Damian Williams, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Tavecchio good on the extra point. And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Henry Anderson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's got his man. This is Tate. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a 1st down. So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big. They've got to go for the strip of the football on each and every snap to try and give themselves a chance.
52, block 52.
Brissett to throw on 1st. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. To throw, Brissett. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up fourth down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
They're on to the fourth quarter now, by the way, at Bank of America Stadium in Carolina. And the Panthers, they're starting to pull away in that one. If they can hold on, the win would be number 8 for them on the campaign. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And they'll indeed take a knee.
The quarterback keeps it. It's a loss of a yard. And it's third down.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Today's final score, Vikings 31, Cardinals 14.